let's go ahead and get started by laying down on our backs. Go ahead and straighten the legs. If your low back is a little grumpy today, have your knees bent with your feet on your yoga mat. And then have hands down next to your hips, about 45 degrees away from your body with your palms facing the sky. Take a deep breath in through your nose and a deep breath out through your mouth. Another deep breath in and out. One more time, deep breath in. Exhale that sighing sound. Now keeping your lips closed, inhale through your nose. Exhaling through your nose, gently start to constrict the back of your throat. Making our Ujjayi breath the ocean breath. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose. Then rebend your knees, placing the feet on the ground. Step your feet as wide as your hips, maybe even a little bit wider than that. And let your knees drop in toward one another. Slide your arms up so they're shoulder level, palms facing the sky still, so you look like you're in a letter T position. Without moving your feet from this spot, go ahead and drop your knees over to the right. So you rolled the outside edge of your right foot, the inner arch of your left foot. Now turn your head to the left. A little slappy twist here. Inhale, bring your nose back to center, your knees back to center. Exhale the knees over to the left, head turns to the right. Inhale, bring your knees and nose back to center. Go nice and slow, letting your knees rock side to side with your head turning in the opposite direction. This is going to warm up the hips, warm up the core, starting to wake up the body, move the body. Once you feel balanced on both sides, bring your knees and nose back to center, and then hug your knees in toward your chest. Gently rock side to side on your low back, like you're giving yourself a little back massage. It's your free back massage of the day. Gently rock side to side, side to side. Then stop the rocking motion, return to center, holding on to your knees. We're going to circle the knees in opposite directions from one another. So you're going to take your right leg and it's going to circle in a counterclockwise direction, and same thing with the left. So just circling the knees here away from each other. And then pause, go the opposite direction so the knees are circling in toward one another. Hug the knees back in towards the chest. And then release the hands down next to your hips, but keep your knees stacked. We're going to make a tabletop shape here with the legs. So we want the knees directly over the hips. The shins are parallel to the sky or to the ceiling. Your low back is flat against the ground, against the mat. So if I was to try to slide my hand underneath, I couldn't, right? It's firm and pressing there. Now go ahead and slowly start to tap your right foot toward the back of your yoga mat, just letting the toe tap down towards the ground. Use your use your exhale to pull the leg back in to where you started. Good. Inhale, lower the left leg now. Exhale, pull the left leg back in. Go ahead and keep going. So you're slowly tapping the right foot, drawing it in, and then tapping the left foot and drawing it in. Keep the low back pressing into the ground. You're still moving the legs. We're warming up even further through the core. And when you feel balanced on both sides here, so we'll end with the left leg, go ahead one last time, hug the knees in toward the chest. All right, time to get up off the ground, roll over to your side, make your way to your hands and to your knees, so tabletop position. Take a first breath or two just to kind of check out your space here in table, making sure your hands are underneath your shoulders, your knees are underneath your hips, and you're pressing your hands gently into the earth as if you're trying to resist the earth. So we're lifting the chest away from the ground, lifting the upper back toward the sky. Hug your low belly in. Now, once you find your stability here in your tabletop position, send your right arm towards the front of the mat, lifting it up into the air, and then the left leg goes back. So opposite arm, opposite leg, coming into our spinal balance. We're going to stay here and hold the pose for the count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, lower right arm and left leg. Find that stability here in tabletop position. And then we'll switch sides. Send your left arm forward and your right leg back. Keeping your right toes pointing down towards the sky, pull that left shoulder back away from the ear for another 5, 4, 3, 2. Exhale, release and lower. Go ahead and let your hips sway side to side. Just shake your tush. Bring your hips back to center. Coming into child's pose position, dropping your elbows to the floor, bringing your buttocks right over your heels, folding over your legs. If you've lost that Ujjayi breath, come back to it here. Child's pose is a great place to rest, to catch your breath, and just to check in after a busy day. If your thoughts are still racing, I wanted to share a quote here with you. This is one of my favorite quotes from Pema Chodron. And Pema writes that you are the sky, everything else is the weather. So what I love about this quote is it just signifies the vastness, our expansiveness that is our bodies, our spirits. And then the thoughts, those things that we really aren't made up of, those are like the weather. They come and go. So maybe you're having a blue sky day, everything's really great. Maybe it's a little stormy sky. Whatever it is, just know that this too will pass. We're going to use our inhale, make our way back into table pose. This time go ahead and scoot your knees about 2 inches behind your hips. Curl your toes under and lift your hips up high into the air, coming into downward facing dog. Let's go ahead and just warm up a little bit more through the side body. So you're going to inhale, lift your heels up high. Press your heels over to the right, so shift your weight to the right. Heels press down. You should feel a nice stretch here through the left side. And then inhale, lift your heels back through center and then over to the left, letting the hips bump to the left, feeling the stretch through the right side body. Then inhale, lift your heels back to center. Exhale, press the heels down towards the floor. Slight bend in the knees. And let's actually bend the knees even deeper. Bend the knees all the way down, down, down as if they could touch and hover off the ground. And then slowly straighten the legs. Go ahead and do that 2 more times. Bend your knees super, super deep. And then straighten the legs. And 1 more time, bend the knees very deeply. And straighten the legs, pressing the fronts of the thighs back behind you. Shake your head a little bit, left and right. No, no, no. Yes, yes, yes. And then look up at your hands. Go for a slow walk forward all the way to the front of the mat, standing forward fold at the front of your mat. Grab hold of opposite elbows and let your torso sway side to side. Good. Bring your torso back to center. Bend your knees even more deeply so your belly is resting on top of your thighs. Find a little lightness there. Lifting with your chest, your arms are going to come straight up of your shoulders like wings. Inhale, rise all the way up to standing, reaching the arms up over your head. And then exhale, circle the arms down, around, bringing your hands to prayer at your heart center. Take a deep breath in, another deep breath out. We're going to begin our sun salutations. We're going through a classical sun salutation C. So when you're ready, inhale, circle the arms around and above your head. Exhale, circle the arms, bend your knees, fold forward. Wrap your hands around your legs. Give yourself a little squeeze and go a little deeper. Bring your hands onto your shin bones. Inhale, press your hands into your legs. Come up halfway. Reach the heart forward. Exhale and fold. Bring the hands down to frame your feet. Step your right leg to the back of the mat, coming into a lunge position. Making sure your left knee is right over the ankle. Your right heel is pointing straight up towards the sky. Lift your chest, look forward. And then step your left foot to the back of the mat, coming into plank position. Holding plank here, engaging your low belly so your low back is long for 3, 2. Come down to your knees. We're going to do something called knees, chin, chest. So you're going to draw your hips slightly back, and then you're going to scoop your torso forward and through so your chest lands in between your thumbs. You're going to pause here with your hips elevated, your chest is on the earth, your chin is on the earth, you're looking forward. And then pull yourself all the way through so you end up on your belly. Your hands should be right underneath your elbows. Inhale, engage your upper back, lift your hands, your head and your heart off the floor, baby cobra. Holding here for an inhale. Exhale, slowly lower the head back to the floor. Curl your toes under, come back into downward facing dog. When you get there, inhale, lift the heels high. Exhale, press the heels down. And then we'll inhale, sweep your right leg up towards the sky. Exhale, step your right foot in between your hands. Checking the alignment of your legs. Engage your legs. Lift your chest. Look forward. Banarasana, low lunge position. And then on your next exhale, step your left foot to meet your right, standing forward, fold at the front of the mat. Bend your knees deeply. Your arms come out from the shoulders. Inhale, rise all the way back up, mountain pose. Exhaling, the hands to your heart. Inhale, circle the arms around and up. Exhale, forward fold. You can stick with hands on the shin bones, or maybe the hands now come down to frame your feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Reach the heart forward. Exhale, forward fold. This time leading with your left foot, steps back into your lunge, Banarasana. Engage the legs, engage the spine, the hips, reach the heart forward, back of the neck is long. Step your right foot now back into plank position, holding here for 3, 2, and 1. Come down to the knees. Here's that knees, chin, chest again. Pull the hips back slightly. Pull your chest forward and through, aiming the chest right in between your thumbs. The chest and chin are on the ground. You're looking forward. Elbows are hugging in and slightly back. Lower your hips to the floor. A little baby cobra. Inhale, lift your head and heart, your hands off the ground. Breathing in. Exhale, release. Lower the forehead to the earth. Curl the toes under, lift the hips high into the air, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the heels high, and exhale, press the heels down. Next inhale, sweep your left leg up as high as you can into the air, toes pointing down towards the earth. Step your left foot forward in between your hands, back in that Banarasana position. Engage the legs, lift the chest, look forward, breathe in, and breathe out. This time we're going to take our left hand, bring it to the inside of your left foot. Walk around to face the long edge of your yoga mat. So we're going to come into a wide-legged standing forward fold. Let the arms just dangle here. You might like to grab a hold of your legs and pull your head closer to Mother Earth. You can walk your hands to the long edge of the mat that's behind your ankles. Pull your head a little closer by using your arms, bending at your elbows. Making sure the shoulders are pulling away from the ears. No turtlenecks in class today, please. And then we're going to walk the hands forward, coming into that halfway lift position. The arms are straight. So we're going to do a little bit of a flow here. We're going to inhale, lift the chest, extend the spine. Now exhale, bend the elbows, draw the head towards the floor. Inhale, reach the heart forward, extend the spine. Exhale, forward fold a little bit deeper. 2 more times. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. And one last time. Inhale, lift halfway. Stay here and hold this position. Engage your low belly, strengthening through the spine. Walk your left hand so it's more in line with your nose. Put a little bit of a bend to your right knee, about a 30-degree bend. Inhale, we're going to turn and twist to the right. Lift your right arm all the way up toward the ceiling, towards the sky. Reach up through the right fingers. Turn your head slowly, look up at your right hand. Keep the arm lifted, turn your head, look down at your left hand. Inhale, turn your head, look up. Exhale, turn your head, look down. One last time, turn your head, look up. Now take your hand to touch your low back, touching the sacrum, the flat part of your low back. See if you can revolve a little bit more into this twist, turning from the ribs first, the belly, the head. And then we'll go ahead and reach the right arm back up toward the sky. Exhale, lower the right hand down. Go ahead and rest here before we come to the other side. So maybe grab hold of the elbows again. Rock a little bit side to side. We'll come into our other side on the twist. So taking the right hand underneath the nose. Inhale, lift your left arm into the air, turning your head to look up at your left hand. Now turn your head, look down at your right hand, draw your chin toward the shoulder. Turn your head to look up. Turn your head to look down. Turn your head to look up. Keep your head lifted up. Take your left hand, touch your sacrum, the flat part of your low back. Turn and twist a little bit deeper, breathing in and breathing out. Inhale, reach your left arm back up toward the sky. Exhale, release the left hand to the earth. Good. Go ahead and pull your heels in and turn your toes out. Bend your knees, letting your hips come level with the knees. We're in this nice low squat. Press your knees toward the outside edges of your feet so knees are opening. And then we're going to rock a little bit here, rocking side to side. Start to lift the ball mounts of the feet off the floor one at a time as you rock side to side. Getting into the inner groin. Yes, we love this juicy, juicy hip stretch. It feels so good. Good. Coming back to center. And we'll straighten the legs one last time. Bring your hands to your hips. Inhale. We're going to rise all the way up to standing so we have a nice straight spine, reaching your arms overhead. Your toes are still turned out. Your heels are still turned in. Inhale, reach the arms up. And then we're going to exhale, cactus the arms as we bend the knees, coming into our goddess squat. Staying here and holding for 5, 4, 3, 2. Inhale, straighten the legs. Bring your hands back to your hips as let's turn the toes behind the heels again. And then exhale, fold forward. You're back in that wide leg forward fold, Prasarita Padottanasana. Walk your hands all the way around to face the front of your mat, so we should be facing our left foot again. Step your left foot back into downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your heels high. Exhale, press the heels down. And then inhale, come into plank position, top of a push-up. Exhale, lower all the way to the earth. You can do knees, chin, chest again, or Chaturanga Dandasana, elbows bending straight back. Nice and slow. Once you get to the earth, go ahead and turn the head to either side, rest. Come onto your forehead or your chin, turn the head the opposite way. Come back onto the forehead or the chin. We're going to come into locust pose, Shalambhasana. So engaging through your legs, pressing the tops of the thighs, the pelvis into the floor. Inhale when you're ready. Lift your head and heart off the ground. Lift your hands, lift your feet. We're going to do it progressively, getting longer Shalambhasana. So we're going to hold this first one for the count of 5. Keep breathing in out and out for the count of 5, 4, 3, 2. Exhale, release. Turn your head when you lower down and rest. So when it's time, when we come again, you can keep the hands where they are, or if you want to interlace the hands behind the back, you can. It really is just a personal preference, what feels better for you. We're going to come up for the count of 7 this time. Come back onto the forehead of the chin. Inhale, lift your head, your heart, your hands, your feet. Shalambhasana for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Exhale, lower down. Turn the head the opposite way and rest. We're going to take one more back bend here. Now you can stick with your Shalambhasana, your locust pose, or if you would like to come into a bow pose, Dhanurasana, you're going to bend your knees and reach back for your feet. When you're ready to kick your feet into your hands, we'll stay for just the count of 8 this time. Inhale, lifting up, Shalambhasana or bow pose, Dhanurasana, holding here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Exhale, release, turn your head, and then just let your hips sway side to side, nice and slow. Balancing out the neck, turn the head the opposite direction one last time. And then come onto the forehead or the chin. Bring your right hand up by your chest, prop your chest up, taking your left arm in front of you, so we're threading that left arm. Use that arm to roll over onto your back. You might have come off your yoga mat, so just scooch back over, coming back to center, setting up for our bridge pose. And we're going to go ahead and get into the arms a little bit here as well, the upper body. So bending your knees, feet on the ground. Bring your hands down by your hips to start, palms touching your yoga mat. We're going to do one arm at a time as we lift and lower the hips. So we'll start with the right arm. Inhale, press the hips up, lift your right arm all the way up and over your head, letting it touch the floor if possible, or keeping it elevated. Now turn your head away from this arm, so turn your head to the left. And then we're going to lower the right arm, bring your nose back to center, lower the hips. So we'll smooth that out. We'll switch arms. Inhale, press your hips up, lift your left arm overhead, turn your head at the same time to look over your right shoulder. Don't lift the head, just turn the head. Exhale, lower the arm, the hips, bring the nose back to center all together. Let's go ahead and do that 2 more times on both sides. Inhale, right arm lifts, hips lift, head turns to the left. Exhale, lower the arm, lower the hips, the head comes to center. Switching sides, inhale, lift the left arm, turn the head to the right, hips are lifting, bridge pose. Exhale, lower the left arm, the hips, head to center. Now the right arm, inhale, lift the right arm, the hips, turn the head to the left. Exhale, lower the arm, bring your nose to center, lower the hips. One last time on the left arm, inhale, left arm lifts, turn your head to the right. And exhale, lower everything down. Now keep the arms down. We'll lift just the hips here. Inhale, press your hips up as high as you can for 3, 2. Exhale, lower the hips all the way back to the earth. Draw the knees in towards your chest and gently rock side to side. Stop the rocking motion. Take your arms straight up from your shoulders with your palms facing the ceiling, facing the sky. And take both of your legs now over to the right. Bringing your right hand onto the top of your left leg, letting your head turn to the left. Breathe into your belly, your ribs, your chest. Exhaling your chest, your ribs, your belly. Breathing into the belly, the ribs, the chest. Exhaling the chest, the ribs, the belly. We'll stay here for just a little bit longer. We're starting to slow down, letting all that tension of the day, of the week, of the month, of the year maybe, just let it go. I know, easier said than done, right? One breath at a time, acknowledging that the thoughts are the weather. They come and they go. Slowly bring the nose back to center. Let your right hand fall to the floor. Lift your left leg, the right leg follows. Take your legs now over to the left. Your left hand comes on top of your right leg, giving a little gentle pressure, letting your head possibly fall to the right. Finding that slow breath, breathing in, breathing out. And just notice the sensation of the body, feeling of the skin, the air against the skin. I'm practicing outside today. There's a really lovely breeze here. I can feel the sunlight peering from in between the branches, warming up my body. Feels really good just to lay here. And slowly bring your nose back to center. Lift your top leg, the bottom leg follows. Hug the knees to the chest. We'll come to the most attractive yoga pose that there is. We call it happy baby pose. I have a friend who would always call this having a baby pose. So we're going to draw the knees in, opening up the knees, opening up the feet. You can hold on to your pants here or your big toes, the inner arches of the feet. The point is to draw the knees down toward the body on either side of the torso with the feet pointing up toward the ceiling. You can rock a little bit here or just stay still. You do what feels good for you. And then bring the knees back into the chest. And we'll go ahead and put the feet on the floor. You can go ahead and straighten the legs if that feels good, or bring your feet bottoms to touch, letting the knees open, letting the hands drop to either side of your hips, or straighten the legs. We're coming into our final relaxation pose, Shavasana. And take a deep breath in, a deep breath out. You can stay here as long as you need. You may want to turn this video off if you're going to stay here for a while. I do have a 10-minute forest relaxation that's going to play next here for you. If you wanted to go right into that guided meditation, go ahead and stay and enjoy the journey through the forest. Otherwise, if you have to get about the rest of your day, go ahead when you're ready to. You can roll over to your side and enjoy your day. Thank you so much for practicing with me. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.